Now, have you ever found yourself out of power in your home because of a power outage? But especially now that we're all working from home, wishing that you had something that could keep your laptop going or your desktop? Well, in today's video, we're going to take a look at Zendure's Super Base. It's a power station that can power your PC, your laptop, your monitor, a whole bunch of stuff, and keep you going all day. And if you like to tailgate, if you like camping, you could use it there too. Let's go and check it out. Now, this is why the power station from Zendure is a fantastic solution for even those of you who are working from home. At first, when I received the product, I was thinking about camping. I was thinking about tailgating. I was thinking about, being off the grid. And guess what? This works great for all those scenarios. But what hit me and what struck me was a recent power outage that we had in a city area like I'm living in Chicago. So in our area, we had a small blackout. And guess what? This little guy right here powered what you see what's going on now. So I have a ginormous screen. You can see how large that screen is being powered. I have my laptop being powered, and this is a Lenovo laptop. I also have that scanner that's on the side out also being powered. That's an Epson Fast photo scanner. All these are being powered by the Zendure power station. And based on what the power consumption is for all of these going on at the same time, it looks like I'm going to have 5.6 hours of usage. So this is where this power station really comes in handy. Keep in mind again, if you want to tailgate with something like this, you can. If you want to be able to camp with this, you can. But I find that as a power recovery for the solution for the home, it hits that sweet spot for me. All right, guys, so now as we take a closer look at the Super Base and portable power station from Zendure, I want to highlight some of the capabilities and help you understand like what would be the best version for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down here on the site, and a couple things I want to highlight. How does this compare to some of the other solutions that you see on the market? This thing is super small. You saw how small it is, and we're going to take a really close look at it and also take a look at all the ports it has. Cool things about this is that not only can you power multiple devices, as you can see right here, but you can also then charge with multiple different inputs. So right now, you can plug this in and power it up and charge it, but you can also use a USB-C to charge. There's like 3 different ways that you can actually charge this, and you can do this all at the same time. This also doesn't have a fan. It doesn't use fan-based type cooling, and the consequences of that is that this thing runs really, really quiet. Right? So you can charge this also in your car, or you can use solar panels. Now, let's scroll down because here's some really cool features that they're showing right here, but I just want to focus on what you're going to find with the ports. Now, from the port perspective, you're going to have 3 USB-A ports. You're going to have a 100-watt PD USB-C port. And if you think about that, that's going to be able to work on any USB-C device that requires PD technology. So the MacBook Pro, the Mac, the new lineup, as well as even like your Samsung phones, like can benefit from that. So this is going to charge your tablets at a faster rate, and I love that that's available. You also then have 2 AC ports, right? You have 2 AC ports that are going to give you 1,000 watts. And also, you then have 2 DC ports, and obviously your cigarette lighter. And this is the funny thing is that even in a power outage, sometimes being able to use your car charger to charge your devices also comes in really handy. And I find that sometimes, when you're needing power, that's a good option. Now let's scroll down. I just want to show you a couple other things, and this is where it gets really crazy. So it's kind of hard to wrap your head around what does this mean to you, right? When we think about the actual power that you're going to get from this device, especially when you just think about the numbers. Well, this is what you can see here on the screen. You're going to be able to power a blender for 2 hours. Tailgating, right, definitely is going to work. An ice shaver for 85 minutes. And notice the power consumption. We can go down that entire list. The things that are critical for me, and you're going to learn a little bit more about me, is coffee maker. This is going to be making Nelda happy. A pressure cooker, obviously, because we want to be able to cook. The gadgets are key for me, right? So we have been known to have power outages, but still have electronics going, internet and TV. So you notice your power options that you have right there. And then your MacBook Pro, again, this is about charging the device. So it's about not only the draw is it to keep it on, but also the draw is about charging it as well. And then the last thing I just wanted to highlight over here is Cpap. And that's also really important for those of you who may have any kind of rolling power outage that may go over an 8, 12-hour or even overnight period. You can use this as well to power your Cpap. All right, now
as you can see, the unit here is very, very small. And I'm going to put my S22 Ultra right next to it so you can see what we're talking about. So it's a little bit shorter and about as long as my S22 Ultra. That's kind of crazy, right? And what you have here is a lot going on your display. You first have your battery gauge, percentage of power you have left, time to empty. So given the power consumption, and this is going to vary based on how much draw your devices are pulling. So right now, again, I have 3 electronics connected to this: a laptop, I have a screen, and then I also have a larger scanner, which you're going to see in a second. And it says that it's going to give me about 6 hours. So this is going to be great, especially for those of you who are working from home. The amount of power that's being consumed, and then you have your AC setting. I have 2 of the plugs being used. I have tried this with a power strip, and I've been able to get more things connected to it. But I have right now, this is my monitor. My monitor has a USB-C port that's charging my laptop. And then I have, this is for the scanner. Now here you have your ports, and you can see all the ports that you have here available to work with. And then these serve as both outputs and inputs. So if you have a solar panel, you can connect it to the side too. And then if you're looking to, let's open this up, this is for your cigarette lighter, right? And that's nicely covered, that you'd be able to connect something to that. And the cool thing is about that you can actually run all these at the same time. So you have up here these buttons, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn one of them on. So I'm gonna press this button, and you'll notice how it now says that USB-A and USB-C is enabled. I can press this one on, and now it says that my DC power is also enabled, so now this side is powered. And you'll notice that the LEDs all light up. Now, this also has a very powerful light, and I'm gonna go ahead and press, and you can see something on the back here. Now the LED is powering up on the back, and this is pretty bright. Let me put my hand right here so you can see how bright this is. So if you're camping and want to use this in a camping setting, you can use this as well. I'm going to turn off the LED in the back, and you'll notice that the power consumption changes, but I'm going to turn that on. It's not that significant, right? So we're still consuming 96 watts, 6 hours, 61%. I'm going to go power that off. Let's see how much consumption changes. All right, just dropped slightly. All right, so it drops slightly, there you go. And you can see that we got 6.3 hours. Now, this is very well constructed, so let's go ahead and take a look at the side, and we'll take a look at the back. Now, I really love the portability and design. This is a heavy-duty design. It definitely looks great, and then it has this great handle that has almost like a spring mechanism that allows you to pick it up easily and not to be all of a sudden shocked by the weight. So you pick it up, and kind of it gives a little bit, and then it locks back into place. And I like how nicely rubberized and padded this is, so it has kind of like a nice shape to it. You have full metal, right? So it's a real nice metal material going all the way around. And then the back, we'll see the panel, what it looks like next. Now, for those of you who are curious about the LED panel in the back, you can see that it's pretty robust, large. At first, I thought you can push something and it would pop out. That would have been super cool. Like you could take it with you and then plug it back in and use it both portable and then inside the case. But you can't do that. That's pretty much locked in there. If I press and hold, just watch your eyes because it's going to pop up. That's bright. Let me turn it off, right? And it doesn't seem like there's other settings. Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty much just one setting, which is like bright versus, off. So let's go ahead and turn that off. So that's all there is to it to get that LED light on, and it's very, very bright. Now coming back to the front, you can see how much, since this review has been going on, how much it's consumed, right? So right now we're down to 60%, and we're about 11 minutes into this taping, 5.8 hours, 94 watts are being consumed, and I have all these ports enabled. Now, it will not use power by just having these on, but if you're not going to use them, I like keeping them off. So I'm right now just going to use AC. But you can still look at the kind of power output that you're getting, the actual display, everything is super easy to read, and really there's no guessing at all because you know how much power you have left. Now for those of you who are curious about my setup, that is an Innocent 40-inch monitor. You do have over here a Lenovo IdeaPad, and this is a Slim 7 Carbon. And then we have also connected here the Epson FF680W. So these are all the devices that are connected at the same time and are being powered. And I just wanted to simulate something that would be kind of close to what I would use or you would use if you were working from home and you were dealing with this kind of situation. So for my setup, Probably the scanner would be off because I don't really use it, but right now it's in standby. That's why you see that blinking. My primary two things are going to be my monitor, my laptop, and the fact that my laptop is being powered and charged at the same time is spectacular.
So guys, that wraps up our review. See you in the next video.